What's going on, ladies and gentlemen and ladies? I know y'all miss me. I was at a golf tournament cutting it up yesterday, so I couldn't do my show. But today, we're ready to go. We're going to talk about the State of the Union because I didn't get a chance to talk about it. These leftist nut jobs that are losing their minds. And Stephen A. Smith actually surprised me in the things that he said. Hillary Clinton got deposed today. We'll see if she'll tell the truth or not. Snowball fight in New York. I am glad people are going to jail over that. And before we get to any of that, we have to talk about the shooting of a boat off the coast of Cuba. Welcome to the Off Tatum Show.
If you don't believe that we are in a fight today, you're sleeping under a rock. If you get hit and you lay down and you cry and you fold up in the corner, definitely you will not win the fight. We show up to win. Our culture needs a lot of you young people in here to step up and stand out. There is nothing or no principality, power, division, devil can stop us when we're united. They can only get you when you're divided. When I see the American flag, I see us progressing to something that can be awesome and great. And if you don't plan on winning then, you might as well go on the day.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for our post-show clarity, the after show for just the members only. We're going to talk about that golf recap because it's crazy. Y'all going to be able to see me golf a little bit too, which is actually terrible. Let me just say this. I hate golf. It's terrible. I don't know how anybody play golf. What in the world make you think that this? I don't know how people are doing business on a golf course. It's the most frustrating, terrible sport that has ever been played in the history of this country. I don't understand how people like it. Anyway, I'm going to get to that later, all right? Make sure you go to TatumStore.com to get your merch. Go to ShenergyLife.com. That's to get your energy drink, and or you can have your night drink to help you get good quality sleep at night. So we got those. You can get the QR code. We just started doing the QR codes. So if you're watching this on television, go ahead and scan that QR code and get you some Shenergy. Also, we got one for Verdict, the best bourbon in America, if you ask me. One of the fastest growing bourbons in America. And they're at a bunch of restaurants, or a few restaurants already. So we'll tell y'all and release that here soon so you can go to the restaurant and have it for yourself. And then I think also Tatum Store, I think we posted it on there. Make sure you scan the QR code if you're interested. 26% off. 20% off. You put in glove. I think that's glove 26. Glove 26, get 20% off. All right, let's get to the topic. All right. There was a lot of rumors going around. We thought we were going to have to go to war with Cuba. It's not a war. It's like an adult slapping a toddler. That's not a war. That's not a fight. It's not even close. But it appeared initially that a lot of people thought that Americans were on a boat and got shot and killed and shot down by the Cuban Coast Guard or the Cuban government, military. I'm not sure which one they consider it to be the ones that shot. And we thought we were going to get into a clash. However, let me share the breaking news that just came out. I think it'll give a lot of people a little bit of peace because it doesn't appear that these were actual Americans who have gotten shot and killed. Right now, we don't know if they were permanent residents, kind of what they were doing. We don't know if Cuba is lying about it because Cuba said they shot first and Cuba returned fire. Let's listen to what Marco Rubio had to say. Wrote a clip.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio says the United States is now investigating a deadly confrontation off of the coast of Cuba. Havana says Cuban forces killed 4 people and injured 6 others after a Florida flag speedboat opened fire on them. The Cuban government says the passengers were armed Cuban nationals living in the United States. Let's bring in James Uthmeyer. Here's the Attorney General of the great state of Florida. James, good to have you with us today. This is what Marco Rubio said about the incident. Listen here.
It's highly unusual to see shootouts in open sea like that. It's not something that happens every day. It's something, frankly, that hasn't happened with Cuba in a very long time. And I'm very, very confident that we will know the full story of what happened here, and we will know it soon. And then, we'll respond appropriately based on what that information tells us.
So, Mr. Attorney General, what do we know at this point?
Sure. Well, there's a lot we don't know. We have a lot of questions. Information that's coming out is largely coming from the Cuban communist government, so we're not going to rely solely on that. We do know it was a Florida boat registered here in the state of Florida, owned by a Florida resident. And here in Florida, we have unique jurisdictional authority to investigate and prosecute any crimes to vessels and passengers leaving the state. So we'll certainly be working with the Trump administration and Secretary Rubio to get to the bottom of this. They're doing a great job teaching the world a master class on diplomacy and national security in the Western Hemisphere.
All right, let's get to the other clip. We had one more update, 302. Roll it.
Cuba saying it's killed 4 people aboard an American speedboat and injuring 6 others. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kira Phillips. Breaking news at this hour. The Cuban embassy in the United States saying that Cuban troops opened fire on the speedboat that they say was detected in Cuba's territorial waters. The vessel, actually registered in Florida, is said to have been about a mile from Cuba. Our contributor and retired Colonel Steve Gagnier joins me now. Clearly, we're just reading in, getting more information. But as you're getting details, what are your first thoughts?
First of all, we can't trust anything that the Cubans say. So if they say it was only a mile offshore, then that opens questions like what was that speedboat doing there, because it was within the 12 nautical mile legal limit of sovereign territory of Cuba. If it was outside of 12 miles and this happened, which we will be able to probably determine, then that is something very, very different, and that becomes a very big diplomatic incident.
All right, I think that's good enough. The only thing that I wanted you guys to get from what he said is that there's this conflict if they were, in the international waters, subject to, I don't know what you would call it. They call it airspace, water space. I mean, if they're subject to some type of retaliation or some type of guard when it comes to that, a maritime law. That's probably a better way to say it. If they were subject to that, then that makes sense. If they weren't, and they were a little bit further out from a mile, and they weren't in 12 nautical miles of, I guess, the conflict zone, and they just shot these people for no reason, that's going to be a big problem. However, we shall see. I just wanted to give an update on that because that was something that was floating around. I didn't get a chance to talk about the State of the Union address. You guys watched it live with me, those of you who were on the channel. And I didn't get a chance to recap because I had a golf tournament for Save the Storks. Went really, really well. It's always fun to do charitable work. So that was pretty fun. I suck at golf and I hate golf, but I did it because of the cause. But anyway, I couldn't talk about Trump. But I want to show a recap. If you've been waiting to hear Brandon Tatum's take on it, I want to show a quick recap of what Donald Trump said, a couple funny moments of what Trump said, and the Al Green sorry self. And don't get it confused with the legendary Al Green. No, that dumb. He actually looked like a monkey. The Al Green that was in Congress. I want to show what he said. Stephen A. Smith had, Stephen A. Smith said something that makes me like him even more. And I want y'all to hear that as well. So let's get to the State of the Union address. This encapsulates everything that Donald Trump said and did at the State of the Union. Roll the clip.
Our nation is back, bigger, better, richer, and stronger than ever before. Incomes are rising fast. The roaring economy is roaring like never before. And our enemies are scared. Our military and police are stacked. And America is respected again, perhaps like never before. In the past 9 months, 0 illegal aliens have been admitted to the United States. But we will always allow people to come in legally, people that will love our country and will work hard to maintain our country. As I say tonight, members of Congress, the state of our union is strong. You're going to win again. You're going to win big. You're going to win bigger than ever. And to prove that point, here with us tonight is a group of winners who just made the entire nation proud. The men's gold medal Olympic hockey team. Come on in.
Now, the funny thing is, if you saw this in a foreign country, you would be like, wow, man, the president of that country really loves their country and is very proud of their country. And they're celebrating their team in the Olympics that won on behalf of their country, chanting the name of their country. But unfortunately, the stewheads that live in our country are upset about that. They're upset that Trump loves America. They're upset that the men's hockey team won against Canada. God is my witness, some of these people wish we lost because they hate their own country, but they won't leave. That's like a sorry, low-down, dirty sack of bones that's married to a good spouse, but know that nobody else wants you. So you're going to stay with them and keep treating them bad and being ungrateful, but nobody else wants you anyway. Okay. Here's a couple other funny moments, and then we're going to get to the naysayers and these nut jobs that lost their mind about what Trump said. And I don't think anything, I listened to the whole thing, and I don't think anything he said was wrong. And there was a girl that posted online that I like her financial advice, and she made me mad today, and I called her. I said, this proves that some women are stupid and emotional. And I'm going to get to that here in a second, but roll the clip with
So in
Donald Trump.
my first year of the second term, should be my third term, but strange things happen. I took prescription drugs, a very big part of health care, from the highest price in the entire world to the lowest.
Here's another one.
As we ensure that all Americans can profit from a rising stock market, let's also ensure that members of Congress cannot corruptly profit from using insider information. They stood up for that. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Did Nancy Pelosi stand up if she's here? Doubt it. Pass the Stop Insider Trading Act without delay.
And so, you know, some of the dumbest amongst them had something to say. I think we missed these clips. I just thought about it. Ilhan Omar and them had something stupid to say. I don't think we have those clips, do we? One of the most interesting clip was that dumb ragdoll Ilhan Omar, and I wish somebody made this joke, so I can't act like I had this joke. But they said, why don't she wear the wrap that covers her mouth?
Brandon,
that's funny.
We have that clip. It's with the Fetterman reaction.
Oh,
it's just kind of lumped in there
Oh,
because
okay,
they were talking about Minnesota, and we just kind of lumped that in with.
We do have that clip.
Yeah.
Okay, we do have that clip, y'all. So y'all in for a treat.
Yep.
That dumb ragdoll had something stupid to say. I want to get to Al Green first, and then we're going to get to some other negative reactions from Don Lemon. And who else? Jimmy Kimmel is a nut job. People on The View is a nut job. Then we're going to get to some of the positive ones from Fetterman and Stephen A. Smith. But let's go to this Al Green nut job. Look at this dumb Negro. And see, I can say it because white people can't say it. He's a dumb Neanderthal. Look at that fool. He kind of resembles a gorilla. Just dumb and primitive. This fool said, black people aren't apes. Now let me tell you what he's referring to, and I'm so sick of these people. They hate Trump so much they don't care about looking stupid. They don't care about morality or nothing. First of all, Donald Trump didn't post it. Somebody else posted a meme, and at the end of the meme, it transitions to another meme that somebody else posted that had Michelle and Barack Obama look like monkeys on there. And in that same clip, Joe Biden was a chimpanzee or something. Hillary Clinton was a pig. I think Kamala Harris was a turtle. You know, I could have said something else she should have been, but I ain't going to say it. She should have been a female dog. But they put the people in there like that, and Democrats couldn't wait for the opportunity to jump on that and try to make Trump out to look like a fool. Now, here's a little bit of some videos of that dummy and them pulling the sign down. Broke his little sign. That's what you get, you little... Hold on, time out. Give me the video where Al Green on the screen. If you can find a part of the video where he's on the screen. This is one thing that will forever bother me, y'all. It will forever bother me. Is black folks who they black only adjacent or they're black only in part, but they try to carry the full weight of the black community and slavery and everything else. When your hair is slick like that without a perm, you mix with something. Al Green, they try to put the full burden of my ancestry and your hair slick like that, bro, you mixed. But yet you trying to act like you such a victim to the white man in America. It's normally these light-skinned dudes and these half-breeds that's the biggest purveyor of stupidity when it comes to race relations. They always got to act like they just so deep like that. Al Green, I guarantee you somebody in your family native or they white. And you don't talk about that side, do you? Because you a dummy. Anyway, that fool held a sign up. Of course, they kicked him out of the congressional hearing. He was removed. And let me just show you his explanation. Clip 404, I believe. No, clip, whichever one was his explanation. I think it's this one, of why he got removed. Listen to this ignorant fool. Roll the clip.
Black people are apes. That black people are not going to tolerate this kind of behavior. At some point, you have to confront him face to face. He needed to see this. He needs to know that there are people who will take a stand against him. He has become a person who assumed that he is beyond the law. I don't speak for everybody, but I speak for people of goodwill who understand that if you tolerate this kind of behavior, you perpetuate it. I refuse to tolerate this level of hate that the president is in fact putting into policy.
If you ask that dumb Negroid, what policy is he referring to? He would probably tell you IDs for you to vote. What the are you talking about? All right, let's get the Don Lemon juice. The one can't keep the white man off his back. You know how people say I got the monkey on my back? He got the white man on his back. That's what's holding you down. It ain't the racist. It's that white man on your back holding you back. Hold you down. He got your 6, all right. All right, let's play what Don Lemon Juice said with his sorry self. Roll the clip.
You want to know my thoughts on the State of the Union? The State of the Union is what the, like seriously, Donald Trump saying that he's announcing a fraud unit led by J.D. Vance. Who's going to be the first person they investigate? Donald Trump? Are you kidding me? I felt like I was watching a medal ceremony tonight because he kept giving medals to everyone. I thought he was going to give medals to everyone in the crowd. And the Olympians at the Olympics, when they win the gold or silver or bronze, their medal ceremony wasn't even as long as he talked about them tonight and their medals and whatever. This is crazy. Donald Trump lied about a lot about the cost of things, about what he's accomplished for America, about the economy.
We'll get to the rest of what he said. You complaining about medals that Donald Trump gave the people? You want to start with the Medal of Honor? Royce Williams, 100-year-old World War II, Korean, Vietnam War veteran. What you talking about? The 100-year-old man served this country back in 1952 Korean War. That's too many awards for you. We go down the list. We'll skip over the Medal of Freedom guy from the NHL. We can just skip over him. We got one, Scott Huskin, U.S. Coast Guard rescue swimmer honored for saving dozens during the Central Texas flood. He got the Legion of Merit. Purple Heart, Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf, awarded for surviving a gunshot wound near the White House, saving lives. Another one, Sarah Beckstrom, National Guard member killed in the same incident. Her family accepted her award. I mean, we got plenty of them on here. I think I read a few of them. Oh, up there rewards, Medal of Honor. We got Army Chief Warrant Officer. It says 5 Erica Slover, Special Operations Pilot wounded during the Venezuelan raid that captured Nicolas Maduro. Is that too many awards to give out, bro? Who you want to give? Some transgenders? You want to give an award to somebody for how many men can be on their back? Is that the award you think is honorable? Maybe that's the Medal of Freedom. I almost said something that was going to get canceled. All right, let that go. Let him finish, y'all. Let him finish.
Just lies. And the Republicans just kept like standing up and sitting down, sitting up and standing down. I mean, that must have been the most exercise that those fat you-know-whats have gotten in forever. It was a joke. It should be called the state of the joke. Terrible.
That dude is so gay, his commentary is gay. Anyway, let me get on to and nothing against gay folk. If you watching me and you gay, man, look, as long as you a good person, then God disagree with it. But for your boy B. Tatum, I'm not your God. So I don't got nothing against you, man. As long as you trying to be a good person and you ain't trying to put me in it, I don't have no problem with you. That dude is just a nut. All right, let's go to the Ver. Go on to Ver. Then we'll go to Jimmy Kimmel. What does Whoopi Goldturds say about this? Roll it.
Yeah. So it looked like a lot of strange things happened last night also.
It was sickening to watch.
Joy and I were texting each other, and I watched the whole thing too. I almost fell asleep because it was so boring, actually, parts of it. But I think that's what got to me as well, that demonization of the entire Somali population.
Disgraceful.
That was disgraceful. Language matters. The saying that people are illegal aliens, that really matters. We haven't used that term for so long. Now it's back in vogue. You are not illegal as a human being just because you're undocumented.
Give me the beat. I don't got a cuss word beat. See, y'all tripping. I'm going to say the real cuss word. Y'all keep playing with me. Hey, that's the cuss word. Yeah, she deserved that one. Nobody is saying that it's your status as a human being, you dumb female dog. What they're saying is your status in the country because you ain't supposed to be over here. That's all we saying. When you go to jail because you didn't beat somebody up, you done something you ain't supposed to do, your status ain't criminal. You still an American citizen based on your immigration status, but you committed a crime. But you stupid, ignorant, dumb, silly b-head she know better than what she's doing. They just trying to make us and Trump seem worse than what it is. No, Trump never said you are a legal human being. Because the people that came here the right way ain't got no problem with him. He literally on his speech said, we accept as many as we can get that are legally coming into this country. God, I can't stand these people. Come on, let her finish.
That, for me, felt dehumanizing to our immigrant population.
They're not real humans.
I disagreed with you yesterday, Joy, when you said, the Democrats shouldn't go. They shouldn't dignify this type of performance. And I disagreed with you, and now I agree with you because, like you said, someone like Ilhan Omar, who fiercely is protective of Minnesotans and Somalians, in particular, she gave him that moment that he wanted.
Yeah.
When the Democrats wouldn't stand because he was calling people illegal aliens, they didn't stand, and he's called them crazy. They gave him all these moments.
You know what?
One of the reasons they were, he started by attacking Nancy Pelosi first.
Yes.
That was the first thing.
But he's scared of her.
Well, he should be scared of her. Were you about to say something?
I was just going to say that the overall theme that jumped out at me is America is not perfect. It's one of the most successful social experiments of diversity ever. It's almost ready to turn 250 years. I've been very proud of this country for a long time, knowing it has ugly parts of its past. But to hear him just say, we've been losers, we've been this, until I came along, it's like a savior complex.
Yeah.
This world has seen so many great moments. It had slavery, it also had a civil rights movement. It had women suffragettes, women couldn't vote. It's had, with every dark part, it's often come out in another place.
We fix things.
Flexing, yeah.
Time out.
I think it's a great country.
Thanks to white people. Can I be real? Y'all want to be real? You don't watch me if you don't want to be real. Thanks to white people. Because last time I checked, the Civil War was fought with a bunch of white people. Had a couple, 3 black people sprinkled in there. It was 100,000 white people died during the Civil War or more. What do we say? I mean, way more than that. I think it was way more than that. What are you talking about? When black people couldn't vote, who do you think gave black people the right to vote? White people. Because black people couldn't do it. Who gave women the rights to vote and all of the stuff, which I'm starting to question, so, to be honest. I ain't gonna even lie. I almost think that may have been a mistake. Now look, I'm joking a little bit, but there's a part of me that's like, black folks and women will destroy this nation. I'm just being honest. If you isolate the black vote out, this country will remain a great country and grow and be prosperous and better. You take women out to vote, the men have it handled. We will be a conservative country going in the right direction, sustainable in perpetuity. These black folks voting one way for Democrats, that's literally throwing our country off a cliff. And these women, and I'm not saying all women because I love y'all women out here, especially the ones that watching this, y'all perfect. Y'all like Mary to me. I'm just playing. But y'all are perfect. Nick said he did this to me. And he put some oil on his head. I think it was a little, I almost said something crazy. Let me stop. But it's not all women. It's just that sometimes when you give people too much, they don't know how to appreciate it. They don't know how to deal with it. I feel like black folks, if they'd have got the right to vote another way, maybe black people would have appreciated it more and not throw our country away by voting for Democrats only. Just a dumb voting group. And it ain't just black. Anybody that's dumb enough to just vote Democrat when they just turn the country up and turn your community up. Only people running black communities are Democrats, and they all suck. And your communities suck. And you still vote for the same people. And now they moved on from you Negroes. They want the Mexicans now. So now they going after the Mexican stuff. And they leaving y'all out to dry. You dummies. I was a dummy, too, at one point. That's how I know y'all was stupid, because I know I was stupid when I was voting like that. All right, I'm done, man. But some of y'all women get on my nerves, bro. Y'all think y'all better than you are. And I know I'm going to get a lot of heat for this, but women, can you stay in your place for once? Can you stay in your place? Quit trying to compare yourself to men. God gave you unique talents and abilities. Focus on your talent and abilities and maximize what God has done for you. Quit trying to compare yourself to men. You will never compare to men, ever. You won't. Men ain't trying to be women. And if you are a man trying to be a woman, you are a wankster, and you should be ashamed of yourself. We're a different species. Quit trying to play like, I hate when they talk about sports and all that. Y'all will never be as good as men in sports. It just won't happen. Quit being stupid all the time. Woman over here talking about hockey. Well, let the men play the women in hockey. I swear, God is my witness. I'll put my life on it. I'll put my kids' life on it, that the women won't even score a goal. So quit talking that talk when you ain't really about that. I just, that's one thing I can't stand about people, and I can't stand about individuals or groups of people that are out of touch reality. You ain't that good. Have some self-awareness. Quit talking about men's sports. Quit acting like you should get paid like men. Nobody's watching that stuff. I didn't even know women had a hockey team. Did y'all know in the back? Did y'all know women had a hockey team? To be honest, we're trying to be nice to y'all and give you a sport because you don't have a team. If men were to play and it would be both genders can play each other, y'all would never make it anywhere. You have a playoff and see who make it to the playoffs. Women will never see the field ever. Not one woman. But I appreciate the women who are honest enough to know it's a different category and they stay in their lane. But for you lames out there, y'all need to stop it. It's irritating to me. Quit it. You'll never be as good as men in basketball. It just won't happen. Play your own basketball, and y'all can be great in the basketball realm amongst women. Quit acting like y'all can be better than LeBron James. He will kill y'all. LeBron James can be one LeBron James on a team with 4 women, and LeBron James will win the game. I'll put my amount of wealth on that. All right, let's get to. I know I diverted. Sorry for yelling. Let's go to Fetterman because I want to get to the side of common sense real quick. Fetterman, roll a clip.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, now it's, the constant kinds of yelling and screaming and holding up signs and for doing all these things. I don't care if it's a Republican or Democrat as a president. Just don't do that. Don't do that. Respect the office, regardless who's in that. And now for me, it's like now when half the people in my party haven't showed up, and then some of them have chosen to just yell and say and scream during all of it. I just don't think that's what we want. And I don't believe, as a Democrat, I think like dancing frogs really moves the ball for us as a party either.
On that first point here's some of the moments. You had Elon Omar out of Minnesota, Rashida Tlaib out of Michigan, and just watch here for our audience.
That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
That exchange obviously
Hold on,
went to immigration.
I want y'all to pick up something. Who got kicked out? An ignorant black dude. Who yelling? 2 black and brown women. It's just the cycle of stupidity. Y'all making yourself look bad. Y'all make yourself look bad. The only ignorant folk in there is black people and women. Last year they had all the women wearing white, and then they talked about saving a girl's life or standing up for women in sports, and all these dumb hookers didn't even stand up. Y'all sitting down on when they talking about women. Y'all stupid, man. Y'all silly. All them black people in the black caucus, the Democrat black caucus, when the young kid stood up that was honored, I forget his name now, but he stood up and was honored and allowed to be an FBI agent or whatever. He had the cancer. I forget his name. DJ, I think is his name. Yeah, DJ Daniels. I couldn't, for some reason I couldn't think his name. But that young man, a young black kid, that's a hero in my eyes. Battling cancer, had all kind of surgeries. I don't care what side you on. That kid is a hero. And he gets celebrated at the last State of the Union or whatever the case may be, I forget what it was. And they wouldn't even stand up in the black caucus. Y'all can't stand up for nobody in there. You can at least stand up for black people. Then when Laken Riley was killed and mutilated by an illegal alien. She's a woman. She had a bright future. Democrat women wouldn't even stand up. They had a young girl, this State of the Union, that got transitioned, ended up transitioning from like a transgender person. The teacher encouraged her to do it. Parents didn't know about it. Almost ruined the girl's life. But the Democrats don't stand up and support that girl getting a future and getting her life back. They don't support none of that. Gosh, these people are evil and stupid. All right, let's get to another person that got common sense. It's Stephen A. Smith. Roll it.
You consider the question that he asked about putting America first and American citizens first. He didn't sit up there and say white Americans or black Americans. He said Americans, meaning that if you're an American citizen, no matter what, you could be of African American descent, you could be of Hispanic descent, you could be of white descent. It doesn't matter. The fact that he said America before everybody else and the Democrats didn't stand up is a reminder of what lost them the election in 2024. And see, this is where I get pissed off. Because I'm not rooting against the Democrats, I'm rooting for them. Speaker Mike Johnson was on Sean Hannity's show last night in the immediate aftermath of the State of the Union address, smiling ear to ear, talking about how the GOP was definitely going to use Ilhan Omar screaming at the president and the Democrats refusing to stand up when they had that question posed to them by Trump, purposefully, I might add. They're going to use it as a campaign tool. I mean, you can't see it coming. You can't understand the importance of prepping yourself and preparing yourself not to fall for the okie doke. And then you wonder why people like me get pissed off. Independents who are moderates, who usually vote left. And we're saying time and time again, stop falling for the bait. You're playing right into his hands. And you won't listen. You won't listen. And then it's us that's against y'all. We're not down for democracy. We're not down for what's right. We're not down for the Democratic Party. You're not looking at the fact that you're not giving us to care about. You're not giving us enough to support. Because you keep falling for the same old every single time. When are you going to learn?
Come on, Stephen A. Come on over here. Come on outside. Stephen A. Hey, Stephen, come on outside, Stephen A. Quick. You don't have to capitulate. You don't have to play in the middle no more. Just come on over to the Republican ticket. You a Republican now. These Democrats ain't never done nothing. They ain't never done you right, and they never will do you right. Look at who trying to bash you now, Stephen A. You just came out, and you trying to give them a little, you're trying to give them a little love here and there and say, why didn't y'all do it? And they bashing you. Now Stephen A. ain't black no more. Stephen A. is a self-hating black man. He Nicki Minaj and Stephen A. Y'all fell out. They ain't cool with y'all now. Stephen A., come on over here, man. Come on, welcome. We'll welcome you right in the house. Them Democrats ain't never treated you right in the first place. I got one more clip from Stephen A. Roll it.
Donald Trump, when he asked the question about cheering and asking about protecting American citizens and prioritizing them ahead of migrants, he set you up. He knew you weren't going to stand. He knew 73 of y'all were going to show up to other places and not show up to the State of the Union. He knew that a lot of Americans that were moderates on both sides of the aisle were going to look at y'all as being every bit as out of control as you claim he is. The difference is that he takes those positions and the heat that comes with it as the incumbent, the president in office. You couldn't keep him out. And he's making the claim that you hate him so much, you're devoid of objectivity, and you're devoid of thinking about what's in the best interest of the United States of America because you're too busy thinking about your own personal feelings and animus towards him. And every time you do that, he smiles and mocks you and has a field day. You played right into his hand. Don't come back at me and say F Stephen A. Smith or Stephen A. Smith is selling out or Stephen A. Smith is this way or that way. I'm just telling you what it is. Don't kill a messenger. Shape the message in a fashion that benefits you for once.
All right.
The man has been playing y'all like a fiddle for 11 years now, and you still can't beat him. Damn!
All right, let's move on because I'm running out of time. I got 14 minutes left. Shout out to Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A., they ain't never going to change. I just want to say, it's like that abusive spouse or that narcissistic spouse the people giving you a head. These people ain't never going to change. You ain't God. Only God can change them. Let's go to Hillary Rodden Clinton. Hillary Rodden Booty Clinton. Let's go to her deposition. So she got deposed about the Epstein files. I think that everybody that was legitimately involved in this should be deposed. Everybody should be deposed. I think that even if Donald Trump had some suspicious stuff, somebody needs to sit him down and interview him. At the end of the day, if you did something illegal regarding children, I don't care if it's just children or not. Children make me more upset. But if you involved in some criminal activity and they got actual evidence, not like most of these nut jobs, they just got a one-line email. Oh, take you to jail. You can't take people to jail on an email one-liner. You got to have evidence. But if there's evidence, arrest these people. Hillary Clinton deposed. Let's run through this real quick. 600. Roll it.
We are following breaking news as Hillary Clinton testifies before the House Oversight Committee in Jeffrey Epstein's investigation. It's happening in the town where she lives north of New York City at a performing arts center in Chappaqua. And she just posted her opening statement in full on X. Here's part of it for you. I had no idea about their criminal activities. I do not recall ever encountering Mr. Epstein. I never flew on his plane or visited his island homes or offices. I have nothing to add to that. Your investigation is supposed to be assessing the federal government's handling of the investigations and prosecutions of Epstein and his crimes. You have held 0 public hearings, refused to allow the media to attend them, including today, despite espousing the need for transparency over dozens of occasions.
Let me say this. I want y'all to understand this. If I, like for instance, if I say I never met anybody, I'm not going to say I don't recall meeting the person. I either met you, I did meet you. Now, if I say I don't recall, that means that I may have met you, I just don't remember. But if you're unequivocally saying I never met this person, then you'll say I never met you. And I never met that person. I've never seen that person a day in my life. I don't recall. Recall gives you an out. When they catch you in a picture with the person, you go, well, I just didn't remember the. You know, girl, not unless you and your husband live in two different lives. All right, next clip, roll it.
There's been major drama in Hillary Clinton's deposition. MS Now's Ali Vitale is there. Ali, what's happening?
So there has been a back and forth, Chris, over the course of the last half an hour about a picture that was tweeted out of Hillary Clinton sitting in this closed-door deposition here in Chappaqua. It was tweeted by Congresswoman Lauren Boebert, who's one of the Republican members on that committee. I think we can show you the picture on the screen. There's nothing crazy to see here. It's Hillary Clinton sitting at a table flanked by lawyers and, of course, Republicans and Democrats who are in the room. The fact that they are tweeting it, though, I think is notable, and that is, of course, in defiance with what the spirit of this deposition is, which is being closed doors, being private, being behind the scenes. When these pictures were tweeted out and disseminated by conservative media, it prompted a Hillary Clinton staffer to come out to the pool cameras to say, okay, we are pausing the deposition because these photos have been put out. And now my understanding from a source directly familiar with what's happening in the room is that the deposition is back and continuing again, but that Clinton came back into the room and started sparring with the chairman of the committee, James Comer, who they have sparred with in multiple capacities over the course of the last few months as they've been trying to broker this deposition. Clinton basically asked for Comer to have press come in for the rest of the deposition. You'll remember that the Clintons wanted to do this publicly anyway. Very hard to see what the distinction is between posting pictures in real time but saying that you can't do a public hearing. I think we're going to end up hearing more about that from the Clintons.
Time out. Let me just make a comment on this. I have zero respect for Lauren Boebert. That's that chick that was in that movie theater, let that man grab all on her breasts and doing all kind of the hanky-panky in there. I don't know what she was doing. If they didn't stop her, she probably was going to get in there and get jiggy and let homeboy do the nasty with her. And she grown and got kids, and she's supposed to be a Congress member in there vaping, and she lied about it. She said that, that's why I don't like her. And then she don't have a house in check, a kid flipping over cars and doing all kind of stuff. I have zero respect. And if they say that the media can't be in there, you had no business sharing video and pictures. What is sharing pictures gonna do? You ain't got the deposition. Y'all silly. That's why Republicans, some of y'all sillier than these Democrats. What you do? You want to go viral? I'm trying to go viral. Now you done violated the rules of that committee because you want to do what? Go viral. I'm in the room with Hillary Clinton. Like, did you just post something cool? You in a deposition, dummy. You work for the government. Are you starstruck that you in the room with? I don't like that stuff, man. I don't like it, and it make me mad because these people are silly. They just as silly as the other one. So I don't want people to say, you picking a side. No, I'm not, man. These Republicans, they silly too. Some of them silly too, and they're shameful. They're embarrassments to the Republican Party. And Lauren Boebert is one of them. And it's a few more of them in office that shouldn't even be in there. Got some dude rubbing your breast in the movie theater. You a grown woman, and you got a man that ain't your husband rubbing your TTs. Up under the shirt, doing this. Y'all grown, bro, you act like you in middle school. Y'all touching each other in the movie theater. And you supposed to be a congresswoman. You just like the rest of them. You might as well start an OnlyFans account. She probably will. When she don't have a thing no more, she needs some money, she probably gonna start an OnlyFans account. Anyway, let me get off that because I can't stand people like that. When you get into office, you need to respect the office. If you're a Republican or Democrat, I don't care who you are, you respect the office. We have a tradition of congressional members. From the foundation of our country, it is an honor to be in Congress. It's an honor to be a House of Representative or a senator. It is an honor. All right. Should we switch over to something else, or should we continue to Hillary Clinton? It looked like we're going to the Snowball thing from New York. Now I'm supposed to be going to New York soon, and look at that mess. I don't want nothing to do with it. That's why I live it. It's beautiful out here. No, ain't not a cloud in the sky. 70-some degrees. All right, let's roll it. Clip 700, roll it. Time out. Time out. Pause it. They're saying get the F out, and they're assaulting these NYPD officers by throwing snowballs at them. That is assault. It's aggravated assault in the state of Arizona. And they want to let them get away with it. Roll the clip.
It's gonna be inside the flavor. I ain't do nothing. Come on. Don't touch me.
I hope all of them people in that crowd that throwing them snowball, I hope they all burn in hell. All right, let's go to the next clip. Let's go to 702. I want to play 702 for Mom Donnie, and then we'll go back to the conclusion of what actually happened in this. And then, I know people are going to be mad at me. I cannot stand these people because they're ruining our country. We have something so good going on in our country, and we're an incredibly blessed nation. These men and women go out and put their lives on the line to protect and serve and have to see things that people shouldn't even be exposed to seeing and have to deal with everybody on their worst day. And the respect they get as men and women, fathers and mothers and whatever case, sons and daughters, the respect they get is from people who are lawless that don't add value to this country to throw stuff at them and treat them poorly. I hate people like that. And I hope that when you die, you go to hell. You terrible, lazy, sorry, no value adding piece of crap that has done nothing for your city and for your country. That's why you out there in the first place. You should have your ashy butt on a job working and making a difference, but instead you sitting out there throwing snowballs at people who are actually putting their life on the line for something positive. You sorry, dirty son of a gun. I hope you burn unless you turn your life over to Christ. All right, Mom Donnie, if you see him when you die, you probably went to hell. Here, listen to this sorry son of a gun. Roll it.
From the videos that I've seen, it looks like a snowball fight. I think that there were two officers who were facing lacerations on their face.
Call for prosecution of those who pelted them?
Look, I've seen the videos of this snowball fight. I think that it was a snowball fight.
The NYPD says no arrests have been made, but the investigation remains ongoing. Elections have consequences, Sandra.
Snowball fight. Snowball fight, he said. But you don't see the cops throwing snow back. That's not a snowball fight. How about we have a gunfight? And let's see who win that one. Okay. I wouldn't even be mad at that. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta pray. Y'all pray for me. They making me so mad. I'm trying to. I got the real side over here, and then I got the side that my Christian side want to be on. My Christian side says, Brandon, you got to pray for these people and be nice to them. The other side say, man, I wish we could have a gunfight with these people. Come on and let's do it. Let's get big. Let's see who win that one. No, don't cry because you ain't got one. You should have bought one last week. All right, let's see who win that one. You sorry son of a guns. I can't stand these people. All right, last clip, and then I'm done. All right.
NYPD making an arrest in Monday's snowball attack on police in Washington Square Park. The 27-year-old Guzman Colaboli is under arrest for his role in Monday's attack. That left 2 New York police officers injured. Colaboli is no stranger to police. He was arrested just a few weeks ago for an attempted robbery in the transit system. You'll remember this is how Mayor Mamdani described Monday's incident.
I can just tell you from the video I saw, it looked like kids at a snowball fight.
Time out. This dude, I can't stand these people. And I got 2 minutes left in the show, and then we're going to get to the members only section, which is the post-show clarity. We're going to talk about a few things that, we normally don't talk about during the show. We don't have enough time because we can't run the show for 3 hours. So we're going to have a little bit of talk. But I understand why back in the day, people used to go to war. Because back in the day, when you had a clown like this that didn't deserve to be in power, and they were doing it, I could see why there was a fight on their hands. They bring them out to the middle of the square, what do they call it, the Times Square or whatever. They bring them out in the middle there, the town square, and then they say, Let's have a duel. And I'm not advocating for that today, but I can see why they did it back then. Put that fool on the screen. This dude is a smug, lying POS. And that dude is going to ruin an incredibly prosperous state. He going to ruin the whole state, because ruining the city of New York is like ruining the state dang there. One of the biggest economic powerhouses in the entire country, this dude is the mayor of, and he know they're not going to raise taxes on the wealthy. He knows that they're going to pull into your pension, your retirement. He know that they're going to raise property tax. He knew it when he got elected, but he finna do y'all like that because you ain't got nowhere to go. What you gonna do about it? They raise the property tax. Wealthy people can leave. You gotta stay. Not that you want to give up your grandma's house that's been in the house for generations. Can't stand these people, man. I'm telling you, man, repent to God or go to hell. That's what you deserve. We should be living in utopia right now in the United States of America. But yet we got devils and evil folk out here just trying to tear it all down because they're influenced by Satan. They don't have no God in them. They don't have no principle in them. They're influenced by Satan himself, and they're tearing down something very good. And thank God that the Christians are nonviolent individuals, because we could finish the whole thing and I don't know, give us 3 months. We'll have a better country. But the Christian faith says that we got to pray for y'all and let God deal with it. All right, for all the members, stay tuned. Come on over to the member side. God bless you. God bless America. I love you guys. See you tomorrow. We're out.